Hey everyone, my name is Drew. Welcome to Not Politic if you're new. If not, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about, a little bit late, some of my most anticipated releases of April. So my most anticipated release of this year comes out this month. I'm so stoked. It comes out on April 20th, and that is Witches Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart. The blurb on Goodreads says, "Divided by their order, united by their vengeance, Araya has spent her life in a cell, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine is the queen's daughter, but unlike her sister before her, she has no intention of dying to strengthen her mother's power. Sworn enemies, these two witches enter a precarious alliance to take down a mutual threat. But power is intoxicating. Revenge is a bloody pursuit, and nothing is certain, except the lengths they will go to win this game." This is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy. I cannot wait to read it. I am fortunate enough to have an eARC, so I'm hoping to read this soon and give you my thoughts. I cannot wait to get this book in my hands. This next book, I also have an eARC. However, I'm not 100% sure if it's coming out in April or May. I have seen in multiple different places that like one source said April 29th, another source told me May 4th. Maybe the date got pushed back, but I'm going to include it in this video anyway because I intend on reading it this month. And that is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. So if you're not familiar with the Theseus and the Minotaur myth, Ariadne is a key player, and I believe this is an updated retelling that centers on Ariadne, who often comes off as being kind of just like abandoned. So I am curious to see this retelling. Sorry if my angle just changed because my memory was full, but as I was saying, this is perfect for fans of Song of Achilles and The Signs of the Girls and Circe's. I love Circe. So, as princesses of Crete and the daughters of the fearsome King Minos, Ariadne and her sister Phaedra grow up hearing the hoofbeats and bellows of the Minotaur echo from the labyrinth beneath the palace. The Minotaur, Minos' greatest shame and Ariadne's brother, demands blood everywhere. When Theseus, prince of Athens, arrives in Crete, as a sacrifice to the beast, Ariadne falls in love with him. But helping Theseus kill the monster means betraying her family and her country. And Ariadne knows only too well that in the world ruled by mercurial gods, drawing your attention can cost you everything. In a world where women are nothing more than pawns of powerful men, will Ariadne's decision to betray Crete for Theseus ensure her happy ending, or will she find herself sacrificed by her lover's ambition? Ariadne gives the voice to the forgotten women of one of the most famous Greek myths, and speaks to their strength in the face of angry, petulant gods. I'm excited. I can't wait to compare it to the original myth, classical update coming, wink wink. But yeah, and it has a gorgeous, stunning cover. So this next book I'm excited about, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, it kind of does, but not really. It is The Mary Shelley Club by Goli Moldavsky. So this is like classified, I believe it's like a horror-esque kind of book. I'm a scaredy pants. When it comes to horror, it could go either way. It could like totally amuse me and I'll like it, but then there's sometimes I'll just be like, no, I have to put it down. So I'm not sure where this is going to fall on that spectrum, but I am willing to give it a try. I will always give horror a try, but once I get too anxious, it's like no. But once again, nothing wrong with trying something different. This particular book, it talks about the new girl, Rachel Chavez. She's eager to make a fresh start at Manchester Prep. But as one of the few scholarship kids, Rachel struggles to fit in, and when she gets caught up in a prank gone awry, she ends up with more enemies than friends. To her surprise, however, the prank attracts the attention of the Mary Shelley Club, a secret club of students with one objective: come up with the scariest prank to orchestrate real fear. But as the prank escalates, the competition turns cutthroat and takes on a life of its own. Sounds cool. I mean, is it called the Mary Shelley Club because of like Frankenstein? I don't know. I'm curious to see again, is this a retelling? Is it an homage to Mary Shelley? Am I gonna be scared out of my pants? We'll see. And that comes out on April 13th. Next is The Forest of Stolen Girls by June Her, which comes out on April 20th. Once again, gorgeous cover. This particular book is sort of a YA historical mystery, and it sounds super intriguing. So on Goodreads, it says, after her father vanishes while investigating the disappearance of 13 young women, a teen returns to her secretive hometown to pick up the trail in this second YA historical mystery from the author of The Silence of Bones. Juani's family has never been the same since her and her younger sister went missing, and were later found unconscious in the forest, near a gruesome crime scene. The only thing they remember, their captor wore a painted white mask. To escape the haunting memories of this incident, the family flees their hometown. Years later, Detective Min, Juani's father, learns that 13 girls have recently disappeared under similar circumstances, and so he returns to their hometown to investigate, only to vanish as well. I'm intrigued. I never read Silence of Bones, but I do believe some people on BookTube have read it and liked it. So I'm excited to read this one. So this last book I find absolutely intriguing. It's called Folklore by Angela Mi Young Her. That comes out on April 27th. So in this genre-defying, continent-spanning saga of Korean myth, scientific discovery, and the abiding love that binds even the most broken of families, Elsa Park is a particle physicist at the top of her game, stationed at a neutrino observatory in the Antarctic, confident she's put enough distance between her ambitions and the family ghost she's run from all her life. But it isn't long before her childhood imaginary friend, an achingly familiar spectral woman in the snow, comes to claim her at last. Elsa's now catatonic mother had warned her that the women of their line were doomed to repeat the narrative lives of their ancestors from Korean myth and legend. But beyond these ghosts, Elsa also faces a more earthly fate, the mental illness and generational trauma that runs in her immigrant family, a sickness no less ravenous than the ancestral curse haunting her. When her mother breaks her decade-long silence and tragedy strikes, Elsa must return to her childhood home in California. There, among family wrestling with their own demons, she unravels the secrets hidden in the handwritten pages of her mother's dark stories, a woman's desire and fury, of magic suppressed, stolen, or punished, of the hunger for vengeance. I mean, it combines science and mythology. Like it said at the beginning, it's sort of genre-defying, and I love, love, love when books break down genres. We don't need a fan to boxes here. I can't wait to read that one as well. Alright, so those are just a few of my most anticipated releases of April, and possibly May, depending on the one. But let me know what you think. Are you excited to read these? Have you read these already? Let me know. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, bye!